Hello and welcome to the GBHL podcast. Here with your host GBHL Jamie
and GBHL Harry.
And we're here for Speak Friend and Question.
Wrong
one. I didn't know what you're doing. I was thumbs up. Like, huh?
Trying to rip off that other.
The other one. The other one. Yeah.
Swing upwards.
So Speak Friend and Question. It's been months.
Yes.
At least a month.
Yeah, I think it was. It was when I'd moved up, so I think it was beginning of December, maybe.
Yeah.
Was it after the final?
I can't remember. Do not remember.
Too
I've got it
long.
right in front of me, but I'm not scrolling to the top.
Yeah, too long, guys.
So, quite a few of these questions might be outdated, but please do leave your comments below so we can get the next one and get this rolling again.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. See, GBHL James.
Congratulations to James, yeah.
Little Baba.
And Eleanor.
Yes, so obviously he's going to be a bit busy at the moment, so we'll sort of try and help out where we can.
Although, if you are on the GBHL Great British Hobbit League Facebook group, James was doing a live video the other night via Facebook Live, so keep an eye out for them and try and stay in touch with him that way, because I don't think he'll be doing too much channel stuff in the near future.
Yeah.
We'll see though, you'll see, good surprises.
Yes.
Right, we'll crack straight on with it. First question comes from Paja Pajik and says, any idea when Games Workshop might be likely to restock the new book and Lake Town houses? Cheers guys, great video. And Andreas has chipped in here saying the houses are made in China, so they have a 6-week shipping time because they come over on the slow boat. So expect them in early February. The book is more locally printed, so I'd expect to see it just past the New Year's.
Yes.
And since that time,
the book's been in and out again, hasn't it?
The book's been gone and it's back again currently, I believe.
It's been there and back again.
It's been there and back again, yeah.
Have you got yours?
I've got mine now, yes.
Yeah.
It's still in cellophane wrap, but yes, I've got mine. And the houses, I'm not sure on them currently.
I don't know. Maybe soon.
Sorry.
You'd think with the GT coming up in mid-Feb, they'd get a load back in for that, because I'm sure they'll sell a few there.
Next up.
Okay, we've got Tim Hines. Hello, my question this week is, could the White Warg call heroic combat and Azog call a heroic strike, or would he have to get off the White Warg to do both to the same model?
They would have to get off.
Would they?
Yeah.
To the same profile combined?
Same profile combined.
Yeah.
Each model can only you can declare multiples, but you can only get the benefit of one.
Yes, because it's Azog's using the White Warg's might, isn't it? So it's in the same pool.
But if you dismounted during the movement phase, Azog could charge in, the Warg could charge in, Azog could strike, and the Warg could combat. It's an interesting way to
it is.
Go really jump on a hero, but you lose your knockdown bonus, so...
True. But if
you careful with it.
Yeah, that's very true. If you're striking, you might likely go against a hero. When you can get him trapped, you've got Azog with his 3+ to win.
If you can get him trapped, then yeah.
Yeah.
If not, I think I'd rather stay on the Warg and just charge in.
Too. I agree. Yeah, it's good as one, isn't it? And then you've got Azog with 6 might essentially.
Yeah. Next up, we got King Bonsai. He says the new army of Thrall has become a hordish force, with fully armed heroes being 15 to 20 points cheaper than in a pure Thrall list. Oh no, sorry. And in a pure list, Thrall being a banner saves you an additional 25 points. Meaning that if you could give your opponent a headache with a bunch of defense 6 and defense 7 dwarves, you can really... Oh, okay, right, sorry, I misread this entirely. That if you could give your opponent a headache with a bunch of defense 7 dwarves, you can really give them a headache now. With my Nova Force, I could now add 8 more dwarves to the table, and 8 more Fight 4 defense 7 troops is always a good thing. Of course, the heroes do suffer at the lack of a mount, but Legolas, Radagast, or anyone with Sorcerer's Blast could do the ponies in quickly. In my toughest games, the ponies were down before combat, or in the first turn thereof. Ponies will be missed though, but they have been compensated for more troops. Though I will say that Dwalin is not very good at low points. He needs a friendly hero to pull off his best, and he can't do that very well at low points. But his brother can do combat well now, and he's much cheaper, so that's Balin, the young Balin. Not to mention adding battlefield control, so I say he is a better choice from Durin's son. And I forgot to mention that the old army of Thrall was stronger against low to mid-table armies, but the new one is stronger at the higher table, as it does not rely so much on the heroes to kill stuff, as it has more defense 7 troops to cut through.
Durin's son. So, I'm not quite reading the question in there, but I suppose we should...
Me either, it's more of a statement, isn't it? It's like, I have more defense 7 in my army now.
I think in relation to the army of Thrall, I'm going to
grab my book.
Yeah, sure. Do you want to mine if you don't open yours? Or?
I need to open it at some point.
Yeah, I suppose so. So I speak with the army of Thrall. Yes, the heroes have got the cool editions. I think young Thor and young Dwalin and young Balin are all cool profiles.
Yeah.
Young Balin with his second attack.
Young Balin's much better.
Young Dwalin...
Young Dwalin, I'm not sold on. He dropped a fight value, didn't he?
Oh, has he lost a mic?
He's lost a fight value. He's
And
still.
a mat.
This is yeah. Dwalin the Dwarf from Thorin's Company is
Oh,
this
sorry,
profile,
I'm
but
with
with 222,
Right.
and Champions Variable version gets the extra mic
Right,
on
yeah.
defense. But Young version drops the
I never noticed the fight.
fight value down to 5, and that's not as tasty as 5/6.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Uh,
Still for 85 points though.
Oh, that's quite nice. So Dwarven Fury. Drop his fight value by D3 to reroll all wounds. So like super fainting.
Yeah. I still think I think they're cool profiles, and they're different again. So if you want to go that different angle and want to go old school with the young army, I think they're cool. Young Thorin, what's his bonus? Does he get the 3 heroic combat?
Thorin, no, so Young Thorin doesn't have Orc Crisp, but can take the Oaken Shield.
Book smells so good.
I know.
New book smell.
He has the once per game ability where in the fight phase he makes all dwarves +1 strength within 3 inches, which is a really nice ability. Because it starts the fight phase, so you just declare it even though you're in combat.
Yes.
So you can be transfixed and do it, I guess.
Brilliant.
So Young Thorin's tasty. Thrain and Thrall had their points decreased to match their stuff, and Thrall got his shield bonus.
I think it's cool.
Yeah. However, Thrall lost Fearless, so he can shield now.
Ah, okay.
But obviously he has to take a courage test though now. So.
Right, okay. Yeah. Courage 6.
Oh no, he is there. It's Ring of Thrall. It's not. Thrall is. I wonder if he can shield then. The Ring of Thrall, while he possesses it, Thrall is fearless. So I guess fearless, so he can't shield.
Right, okay. Yeah.
No, that's a shame.
He's not always going to be
never going to run away, is he?
Yeah, you're not always going to be on the point where you want to shield.
And with him being a 6-inch banner, it's fantastic for dwarves. It's so good.
Dwarves always need a banner. It's like King's Champion and stuff like that. I think having him in there is cool. Lewis Applin uses him quite a bit.
This Army of Thrall stuff, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's been running that recently. I really want to run Young Thorin in a regular dwarf force to make the Khazad strength 5 for a turn.
Oh my god, imagine. And then go 2-handed piercing strike. Go up to strength 8 +1.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I was thinking him in an Iron Guard backed up by Iron Hills. And then you just got this one turn where your line is fight 4, strength 5, 3 attacks.
Oh wow. It'd be cool with Goat Riders.
Yes, yeah.
Strength 5 lance.
Go through anything. Right, so there was no question, but we've discussed dwarves, so I hope you're happy, King Bonsai.
Thank you, King Bonsai, yes. So we've got
Norman Nobrot.
Norman Nobrot. How do we get tickets to Ardacon? It'd be my first. James?
James, yeah.
He's not here.
I guess last year it was tickets sold through Element Games, so I would assume he's doing a similar thing this time.
I'm sure soon enough we will find out a bit more. I know he's getting confirmation on venue and bits and bobs like that, wasn't he? Soon enough we'll know.
Yeah. Next up is Matt M. He says, "Hope you guys have had a Merry Christmas." Yeah, mine was pretty good.
Yeah, same.
You were correct, James. I am from Wisconsin, born and raised. On the playground is where I spent my life. Do you have any advice for painting Galadriel in her terrifying form? I have some ideas, but I'm not entirely sure how I can go about achieving that look.
No, don't dare.
For me, I think I did mine blue. Like I laid up from a very dark blue. And started dry brushing lighter and lighter until I got to like almost a white. And that way, sort of her most prominent features are really light, and then the background's darker.
Yeah.
Damien did a really good version. Check his hobby vlog.
Early about this time last year, maybe.
Yeah. He picked up Galadriel in her terrifying guise, and it was really good.
It's a model I'm really scared of. I need the Lady of Light model, but I don't dare to paint it.
No. The actual Lady of Light model itself?
Yes.
Oh god, no, I'd never do that.
I know, like, we've got this one, haven't we?
Yeah.
As opposed to it. Stop right now.
High five.
But yeah, it looks tough. I don't like creams and whites anyway, and then to have all of those inner layers of all the thin bits of cloth. For an expensive, for a model that costs a bit, it scares me to paint it.
Alright, thank you, Matt M. Next up we got Nathan Van Thiel.
Okay. What do competitive players tend to bring with Aragon? Do you ever see him thrown into lists that are not part of his faction often? Or does he tend to mostly show up in an Arnor list mostly? Just pause there for a second then.
Yeah.
So there's the 2 profiles, isn't there?
Yeah, so we've got a few profiles for him. You've got Strider, King, and
Son.
Isildur Dozair.
Isildur Dozair, yeah. You can only get the horse, or I suppose you can get King of Lesser on horse.
Yeah, you can get King Less on horse, you can get Strider on horse.
Yes, King of Lesser on horse is, you need to be playing at 1,000 points really, because he's 275,
he's
isn't he?
so many points. So many points.
He's cool, he's awesome, but he's also dated, because there's been a lot umpteen conversations on the channel about Andrew being overpointed and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
you have to pay for it
75 points.
included into his gear.
Yeah.
He's been a lot for a model to get mobilised and stuff like that. But then there are ways to make him a bit more competitive. So I ran for a while doing Aragon and Galadriel Lady Light because she can just fortify him, allowing him that freedom from magic. It doesn't stop Legolas shooting his horse though.
No.
And he's still then a 250 point model that's on foot can only get kill 3 a turn. I've chosen to try the one with Arnor because he gets the banner bonus for them.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
But I think most competitively you see him in all hero lists.
Yes.
That's where he really shines.
It's the free might, isn't it?
The 3 point might keeping the heroes moving, not using their own stores. That's at his most competitive. He's in all hero. Other than that, you don't really tend to see him in all that much.
No, sadly you don't.
I think he's just too expensive.
I know, especially when, because of that mobilised thing, you could take someone who's like Boromir Gondor, who's cheaper, who's got the 6 might, who can still get immobilised just as easily, or I suppose easier without the will.
Yeah.
But he can still like throw 6 might in
70 points elsewhere.
Yes.
And if you don't have a caster, Boromir's 6 might is so good. And it's just let loose.
Yeah, totally agree. Okay, continue on with it then. So, he is a bit expensive to be taken with Gondor, and he is only in a fellowship otherwise. I was just curious seeing as he's one of my favourite characters, as well as a pretty wonderful character to have in the game.
Yeah, he is
Totally
cool.
agree.
And hopefully when Lord of the Rings gets redone, we see him revisited and brought either down points or up in competitiveness, or give him some sort of special rule. I don't know what. Other than Mighty Hero.
And resistance to magic, because that still won't quite do the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Sauron is the king, isn't he?
He's the
he
hero
should
of
get some,
Middle-earth.
yeah, I don't. He could get some proper cool rules in there because he is one that everyone would like to play with, and you don't see enough of.
Right, next up we got the Norwegian Viking Andreas. He says, apologies for slandering Ed in the previous video. No need to apologise. We're happy to hear it. He's a wonderful bloke. And I'm sure he's not just a one-trick pony. Maybe a 2-trick pony or a 3-trick donkey instead. I am dreading the next year. I know I will travel abroad at least twice. Ardacon is a given for me, but I had a wonderful time in Stockport also. And the GT is attractive, and at least one other Norwegian is going. I hope to visit 2 of your fellow hosts down south for a project before April.
Ooh, sneaky.
Ooh, is that something to do with SBG maybe? Nova is also interesting. Is there an SBG philanthropist I can apply to a grant to afford all these trips?
If only. Tell me where. That's the case.
Unfortunately not, but I'm glad to see that you are coming to the destination of Stockport and you're bringing a full done lending force.
Is he? Brilliant.
Yep.
Good stuff.
And has emailed in to ask for some conversions if they'd be allowed. So he wants to bring some bat swarms, but model them as crabine.
Oh, cool.
So I was like, yes, that's cool.
That's cool.
So yeah.
Very nice. Is he going to the GT?
Don't believe so. I think the length of time to stay over will be a bit too long.
Right. Is he going to ETC?
No. Yes. No. No, Norwegian Viking. No, there's no Norwegian team.
Right. Okay.
Couldn't muster enough players, I don't believe.
Ah, shame.
Yeah. Oh, look at this! I dodged this one.
Steve, hello Bonner.
Oh yes.
So Stephen Bonner, my new good friend from Scotland. Well done on your 5th place, by the way. Your 2nd event in Preston.
Yeah,
very well.
good, very good.
Thank you, James and Edward. Damn you both! Now I'm painting up more dwarves, Iron Hills, and Joran's folk. Hashtag Looper. Question time. How would you rate my 800 point 67 model Mordor Osgiliath list from a league competitive standpoint with a 1 to 10 Orc Trackers rating?
Must be similar from the last video.
Yeah, so this is 800 points. I played his 600 point heavy Orc force and lost at Preston.
Yeah.
So he knows how to use it. So you've got Shagrat, Captain, Shield, 5 runners with Shield, 5 runners with Shield and Spear, Orc with Shield and Banner. Gorbag with Shield, 5 runners with Shield, 5 runners with Shield and Spear, another Banner. Grisnak with Shield, 5 runners with Shield, 4 runners with Shield and Spear, 1 runner with Spear. Orc Captain with Shield, 5 runners with Shield, 4 runners with Shield and Spear, 1 runner with Spear. Orc Shaman, 10 trackers, Orc Drummer, 10 trackers.
Oof, it's a lot of models.
A lot of models, so 67 models. good bit of might.
Yeah, lots of might.
I like the core straight away. I would. My thing's that I think if he's got that many little heroes, it's calling out for a Taskmaster. If you ask me.
Yeah.
I'd drop or maybe I'd upgrade the drummer to a Taskmaster and just call them marches.
Well, run a captain up to a drummer. Oh, sorry, run a captain up to a Taskmaster.
Yeah.
I think the drummer's really cool because
he would
it
get
just
there so fast.
it gets like what is normally 3 turns is one turn and then
one charge.
One other charge, yeah.
20 orc tracker shots is great. I always rate trackers. Yes, they can die quick, but if you've got the numbers on your side and having the 20 shots per turn,
the thing is, like,
really cool.
The 20 of them sit back on, like, this is what it used to be in the old Lord of the Rings, is those 20 will sit back on an objective, and that's 20 models they don't have access to killing.
Yep.
So to break you, they've got to kill all your combat force.
And all the defense 6 stuff, because you've got lots and lots of Brannons in there,
and
which
banners,
is great. Yeah.
Like, it's an interesting force. This is very similar to something that we saw over in Nova a lot. Was the Americans took big horde armies like this.
Yes, right.
And they scared the life out of us because it's like, right, we've all brought wizards, and there's no one to shut down.
Yes.
That is going to equal the points back. Like, oh, I'll immobilise Shagrat this turn.
Yeah, yeah.
Great, I've stopped a 2-attack, fight 5 hero who my troops can deal with.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's interesting from that point. I think what it does struggle with though is against competitively, a Fellbeast will hurl through it for fun.
Yes.
Like charging it is almost impossible because they'll just sap your Shaman's
and you'd
will.
be courage 1 then. Yeah.
And your courage 1, and your heroes are very unlikely to get in at courage 2.
And I think it also maybe it's got a great might, but I'd still put Mariner captain to a Taskmaster. I'd then be maybe. I don't know, but then if not Mariner captain, maybe go Blackguard captain and shield and have him as the general, like J. Claire does. Defense 7, fight 5.
Yeah.
Quite solid. And maybe then even put in, I don't know, if upgrading one of the named orcs to a ring wraith. Just that
I think you need that bit of magic just to really shut other heroes down. The ones that will come, like for when you match up against the Gondor horde, let's say. Well, you're probably doing pretty well against it.
Yeah.
But let's say you match up against like all hero, they'll just go through you for fun. Whereas at least if you've got one caster, you can shut down that one hero, trap it, kill it, move on to the next one.
Yeah. I think I'd drop the drum. I know we're saying the drum could be really good, but I think with if you got a Taskmaster to get the 3 marches, you've got enough might enemy. You can almost afford to double march. I'd tempted to add the drum onto one of the named heroes to go 90-point Wraith.
Yeah.
And just go 2, 10, 1 or something.
Yeah.
Just so he can do 8 1-dice transfixes and stuff like that. Just be a nuisance.
And then the second part of the question is. At 800 points or 52 dwarves, a decent amount of models with a single banner included.
52 dwarves, 800 points. I'd probably say yes.
Yeah, that's good.
With
good
the one
numbers.
banner, then could you shake up and go for King's Champion and get 2 banners?
Yeah, I mean that's
a bit more.
That's the thing, isn't it? Like if you've got one banner already and you've got like say, Balin, Son of Funding, you might as well just go for the King's Champion for the extra points, and you get an awesome combat hero who's going to do the job that person was doing, but you get 2 banners to go off and help your life.
2 banners with Fate as well, which is all good for like to the death and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cool, Stephen.
Yeah, interesting lists. Next up, we got the Guild Ball Informer team. It's a great episode. James, is Ed Team Nuts or Team Mank? He needs to stop resisting the inevitable.
Team Manchester.
Well, it's all up in the air, isn't it?
Well, I think if he doesn't decide by a certain point, we should kick him.
I think we should. Yeah. It's got a line's been drawn in the standard. You need to stand on one side.
That's it, buddy.
Pick a team. Come on. He's super excited. Jay is super excited for the GT. What do you think we'll see a lot of at 600 points? As I've been out of the loop for a year. What's the tournament meta and what changes do you think we'll see to this? He suspects lots of Iron Hills will be a new addition, especially given how cool they are. Looks like he's taking a Lake Town and a shiny new Yggdrasil Gundabad Berserker force.
Cool.
That's pretty cool.
I think Iron Hills draws will be common.
Yeah.
I think they've not been up to so far as much as we expected.
No.
The GT seems to be one.
But I've been trying to write lists for them, and you get 2 full warbands and a hero.
Yeah, if you go cheaper heroes as well.
Yeah. I think you can get like Dane, Thorin, full warband, and then you got like 50 points.
Yeah, like a banner.
Yeah. or 2 banners.
That's the thing. I've thought that then at 600 points it is a bit difficult. Or you're going to see more of a higher. I think because people have spent money on the toys, they're going to want to use them. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if we see quite a few similar looking lists.
No. So what do you think we'll see lots of at 600 points at the GT? I think we're going to see two sort of, for competitiveness, two sorts of evil lists. We'll either see Shades with multi-attack models, or we'll see Hordes with a Shadow Lord.
I think Horde and Shadow Lord's back. I don't think it will be back for a while.
It's good in good versus evil, definitely.
Yes, for sure, because good always have the shooting,
and
then evil needs something to combat against it, and Shadow Lord is that option.
Yeah.
To do with New Lake Town, I think next year will be their year. I think people are getting up to start. They're good, but like I've got some now, but I'll be painting them. That'll be ready. I think next year will be the year for that.
The Lake Town are an interesting one at 600 points because you get sort of Gandalf, Bard,
Alfred,
and then but not full warbands with all of them. You just think.
Is it just
you just show
I
up.
think you might be right. Yeah.
Or you go ignore Bard, ignore Gandalf, and just go hoarding on all the small heroes, and you get like 70 troops.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, which is better there? Like, I personally think like the horde of sort of 70, 60 guys with Percy sat with the bows.
Yeah, it's true.
And then like all the little support heroes going off together could be horrific.
Yeah, it could be.
Because I mean, it combats the Goblin Town horde really well.
Which I think would be kind of common again. I think it's gone quite a bit, the Goblin Horde, because that was very common at one point.
Yeah.
I think they may come back with high numbers, especially with people going to convert like Goblin Mercenaries.
Goblin Mercenaries are cool.
So it'd look very good.
I've got one sprue of goblins which I might
do it.
Sticking some bits of green stuff patchwork on. Make some mercenaries.
I think Gundabad will be quite common, I think, now. I think quite a few people have got them up.
Yeah,
I know Damien's looking at taking his. They look really cool, and they're going to be sort of the main Hobbit evil focus force in a way, especially with all the stuff going around like the trolls and the support troops.
They're going to become popular.
Yes.
As for a berserker force, I'm not sold on it. I think I'm one of the very few who thinks a pure, because obviously Damien made the Ferurkers famous, as it were, and people are saying, well, will this berserker force work? I don't think they will, because of Defence 5. Yes, they charge 8 inches, and yes, they've got this 6-up personal save, but I just think Defence 5, you lose a fight, you die.
Totally agree.
We've both played berserker forces, and when a berserker goes down, you really feel it.
Oh, for sure.
It's like, that cost me 15 points.
Yeah. The one I'm not quite decided how we're going to. So have you got the Ferurkers?
Yeah.
How can you berserker ogres? Berserkers?
Berserkers?
Berserkers. Yeah, hashtag berserkers.
Or Gurkhas.
Okay. Because I think because 40 points for an ogre and then supported, you've got a lot of. So even so, it's not going to be the most models, and there's all divided.
This is the thing, like 40 points for an ogre, you 5 points short of getting 3 berserkers.
Yes.
3.
But that almost that
berserkers.
pattern again though, because you can get the ogres, you can hurl.
Yes, true, very true.
And if you get 5 of them, you can't shut down all of them in a turn. They're going to make mess of Defence 3.
Yeah.
So I think Wood Elves at Defence 3, they might come back in. I know we're sort of thinking down the lines of that sort of list. But you get a couple of ogres going in and not throwing down the line. Yes, we might have 5 value on them, but they only need 1 hurl to go.
Yes, very
There's
true.
your line, and there's 5 dead. Oh, that's 5 elves. That's the points for that's the ogre paid for straight away.
God,
Again, I think it's
hate hurl.
Yeah, I just think it's a little
rubbish
soon.
ability in the game.
Because unless you got a load of money, you're not going to have those models painted and sorted in time. I know I've not gone close to the berserkers or the ogres yet.
No.
So I think Steers though.
Yes.
GBHL Steer represent, showing ogres and berserkers.
So we've talked a lot about evil. What do you think is going to be the meta for good? So Lake Town, or potentially one for next year.
Yeah, I think so. I think with the Mirkwood Elves as well.
Mirkwood Elves, I think, are going to be huge. Like having that elven fight value with Defence 6 and the Wood Elf heroes that are awesome.
And yeah, you can just drop Legolas in those lists because he's themed with it. Yeah, that could be common. Hobbits, I think, sadly.
Yeah, I think Hobbits are still going to be good.
Yeah, because you just hoard out and it allows you to take the wizard, doesn't it?
What is it? 48, 78 points if you wanted to go cheap.
Not cheap,
I don't know if you can go cheap.
Yeah.
66, isn't it?
It's 150 points, isn't it, for 24 and Merry and Pippin, essentially. And then you can go, alright, I'll put in Saruman, so I'm still only at half my points.
Yeah.
What do I want to put in to make him a big...
What else can
What
I get?
spears can I have in here? Yeah, it's just the easy. Seems to be the easy route at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and resist and not take hobbits.
I think I'm going to cave and go for hobbits.
See how we do.
Yeah. Well, good chatting on with you there, Jay. Next up, we've got David Whitaker.
Oh, it's me. More Ed, please. I would love to have enough Ed Ball content to warrant a GBHL Ed campaign. Let's not get that
It's not
started.
going to happen. 6 is enough.
The new book has me all kinds of excited. Us too. I'm painting up my hunter rocks now, which will be buffed with the Mulgar arrows and +1 to their shoot. Watch your battle report if you just want to see how they work out.
It should be coming up next week.
Yeah. Thorin and Thrain have also hit the painting table. Cool. Assuming all armies are to get a cool special rule, what bonus would you give to the following? Or like this.
Yeah.
Rohan. A charge bonus.
It's got to be a charge bonus for cavalry. The one I've always loved the idea of is for Theoden, and he would have some sort of like death special, like he gets his sort of Pelennor Fields profile,
Yep.
and like sort of like Thorin's once per game death.
Yes.
Where whenever the Rohirrim charge, sort of like Impaler, but if they kill, they can carry on, and like you're.
It shows how it happens in the film.
It's that Return of the King moment where the entire line charges and they just run through the orcs.
They do. They take up 7 points with Moran and Orcs in this scene. It's ridiculous.
It would never happen.
Yeah, where it's defense 6. Oh.
Yeah.
So I think something like that. Even pass the Curry Cess on the turn they charge.
Yeah.
Maybe have a +1 strength or an impact hit, allowing them to move on.
Yeah.
Rowan, the horse lords, they're begging for that sort of
They've got
thing.
some of the worst cavalry in the game.
They really do.
Besides Sons of Ale.
I think there's umpteen things you do with Rowan. I think just as an army bonus, let's go with that and stop there. Minas Tirith.
I'd like to see Gandalf the White in the list to start. Just to start with, like he should be able to lead troops if in that list. The precedent's been set now with Gandalf the Grey leading Lake Town.
Oh, it's got to be done. It's got to be done.
You can't
Gandalf
not
the
do
White,
it.
Yes.
As an army bonus.
So it's got me in line with all the other special rules. So I don't think a banner thing would be too good.
I just think like if they're a pure army, maybe like +1 fight value. Like the thing that annoys me
Rank and file type thing, +1 fight.
Yeah, like they are the sort of they're meant to be like the elite soldiers that have held off Mordor for lifetimes.
Mm.
And they are just terrible in game.
They are, I know.
Like the basic troop at fight 3 is awful. Like keep them at strength 3. I don't think they should be strength 4 by any means.
Agree.
But if they were fight 4 basic, if they're fight 3, go up to fight 4 because they're pure.
Yep.
And then when you get the banner in there with Boromir, you got like some
elite fight 5.
Yeah. Elite fight 5 fighting around the
Yes, because elves can get to fight 6 with their elites. Men should be able to get to 5. I agree with that. Maybe have something like the rank and file, a bit like the Iron Hells dwarves, but if they're in base contact, they should have like brothers in arms, +1 courage.
Yeah.
Or then another way of that +1 fight value. If you've got 3 in base contact, you might get +1. Just little things like this, little bonuses of taking the hordes and the troops together.
Mm-hmm.
Isengard.
I think Isengard are good enough already, but I guess it could be something like to do with like the White Hand. I don't know.
Maybe a moving thing.
Yeah.
If you don't know, because then you're taken away from like Mahas, or maybe if you could scout or they can move together as a force. Oh, maybe the heroes could call 3 heroic marches.
Well, on a 5+ it's free.
Yes. Yeah. Right. It's a bit like the New Dwarf Captain. Oh no. But and it sort of thing like that.
Yeah.
Because the ultimate fighting Uruk-hai might be the best, aren't they, in terms of for evil?
Yeah.
So some bonus there, and then the last one is Mordor.
Yeah, Mordor's a tricky one because it's so expansive. Like, what would you give to the army as a whole? I think it's got to be something to do with Sauron. Maybe.
It makes me want to think of the Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle Earth game when you could have the Eye of Sauron come and check out some of the map and just get in. I don't know how you pan the Eye of Sauron.
Something I think would be pretty cool. If you look up, like, it's in the Fellowship of the Ring scenario book. There's an ability where it's the Nazgul Screech, and for 1 turn of the game, the enemy is -3 courage.
Yeah, sure.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Because it is the armies of Mordor, then is it like coming down in it.
Let's say if your army contains the Witch King of Angmar, then you get the Nazgul Screech special.
Yeah, okay, that's
and
cool.
once per game, they're -3. Your opponent's -3 courage.
Oh, the turn you broke.
Yeah, so either you save it for then, or if you're doing what Ed's doing and take the Fellbeast, you do that on the Alpha Strike the turn after. if you've won the move off with him or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. That's a really good. I like that idea. Okay, that's a great question, David Whittaker. He's also put, as we just said, Gandalf the Grey's inclusion in Lake Town is very promising for Gandalf the White in Rohan and Minas Tirith.
Yeah, agreed.
Yes, totally.
Cool. Next up, we've got Kaiser Schulich. Schulich. He says, thanks for answering my question last episode, guys. This week, my question is going to refer back to my Galadrim. For an 800 points game, I'd like to go for a fluffy army, the Defenders of the Deeping Wall and the Battle of Helm's Deep.
Cool.
So that will be Aragorn with armour, Legolas with armour and Elven Cloak, Gimli with Elven Cloak, Haldir with armour, bow and Elven Cloak. I rate this model over the Defender of Helm's Deep's profile. And then I would fill up with as many warbands as possible with Galadrim warriors. How would you rate this force's chance in a competitive tournament? Also, on a side note, how much do you think we'll see of Tauriel at tournaments? Her profile seems pretty good to me. Cheers. So, firstly, 800 points. We've got 180 in Aragorn, 105 in Legolas, and 100 in Gimli. So that's 385 so far. Then Haldir gets you up to 90. So, what was I? Let's say 385, so 475 just on.
So then you could probably get 30 elves, couldn't you?
Yeah, but, only one of them can lead Galadrim. Legolas and he can.
Yeah.
So you can get about 20 elves. So maybe you could get. I don't think it'd be very competitive.
But as you say, you're going for the
fluff
side. It would look really cool.
Yes, it would.
It's one of those lists that'd be so cool at a doubles event where you can take half and half. I think Brandon done it as well, trying it for 7 stones.
Very cool.
Yes, very, very cool. And the models are lovely.
Yeah.
But again, you're very hero heavy.
Your heroes need to carry you through there, and unfortunately, Legolas and Haldir aren't the guys to do it. Gimli and Aragorn are strong shouts, but
Legolas is always good because
he's
good.
He's
got the tricks, doesn't he?
But I think at this point, when you've invested this many points in the heroes, it needs to be ones who can get stuck in and make back the numbers.
Totally agree. Especially when you know your elves are only going to be defense 4.
Defense 4
so
or
5. You fight strength 4 army. It's going to hurt.
You could go through, yeah.
Cool list though, very cool.
A side note, how much do you think we'll see Tauriel?
Well, we just saying before I realised how good she is. You win priority, you get her just to charge 2 models. Straight away she's on 4 attacks and fight 6.
At least 4 dice, yeah.
Yes, and you get support with her. If you put support with her, she's then 5 attacks, strength 4. She's great, and you just got her at combat.
Yeah,
kill those 2 and go on to another 2.
More,
yeah. She's very cool. And because she's not always top tier, she's never priority to be immobilised. You think, oh, I need to deal with Thranduil because he's ridiculous with his 4 or 5 attacks. And then she gets forgotten, but she keeps chipping away.
Just keeps going.
Also,
she can lead Mirkwood.
Mirkwood, so she can take Mirkwood Rangers with the 100% bows.
Yeah.
And she can obviously take the new Mirkwood Elves.
I think the new Mirkwood are going to be a force to be reckoned with.
I think they've been very carefully done in this book. So you can't take multiple weapons. You can't just
you can't go bow spear.
Which is clever because you got to think of a way for your spears. But I think then the bows are just front line.
Yeah, you just set them front and then you spear support behind them.
Yeah. But they also drop the blade.
Yeah,
even though the models have got blades on them, so you can still feint.
Yeah.
I think it's good that everyone can't just have all the gear.
Yes, yeah, makes sense.
So you have to be very clever with it. And I've played a few games with that list and I've really enjoyed using it. Just the synergy with it and having to think about where you want to put your glaives and where you want to shield and stuff. It's cool. And the cavalry defense 6 is awesome.
Yeah. Next up is Jeremy Smith.
Jezza, okay. Sorry for not posting regular questions as of late. Sorry for not giving back regular speak friend and question from us. But I am back. Ed made a great co-host, but Lucas was a natural.
Lucas was fantastic.
Yes. But I would much rather see Ed in battle reports. So would we. We could learn a lot.
Yeah.
I don't have the new book. But it obviously is a must if someone wants to remain competitive in the new age of SBT. Yes, Jezza, come on, get it. Looking forward to all the new content it can provide. My question, are dwarves now overpowered given all the new profiles, cabs, chariot, special rules? How are we, non-dwarf players, going to counter?
So, the first tournament we went to, Preston, I took the full dwarf list as a bit of, I don't know, I wanted to see if the thoughts I had in my head were true on the tabletop, and they're not overpowered at all. I'd be quite interested when the crossbow variants come out. That'll be the time when we really need to test them again.
Okay.
But maintaining shield wall and keeping that defense 8 is so difficult. It is not an easy task. Granted, I didn't have a full army of Iron Hills, but even if I did, I don't think you'd maintain it for that long. if you as the player against the Iron Hills enforce an inch back, it's so difficult to maintain the cohesive shield wall. Similarly, if you, when you get beaten, back away the full inch, if they win priority and come after you, that one goes into the gap that you created and doesn't maintain shield wall because he backs away. So they're basically defense 7, but having the strength 4 everywhere is good.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
And some of the champions of Erebor are crazy.
Some of them are cool.
Gloin,
so cool.
Gloin is
Snake Eyes.
yeah.
They are very cool. I can't wait to see if they're going to release models for them on goats and stuff like that.
Yes, I'm sure they will do. Well, there's only 4 of the champions of Erebor who can ride goats, so that's a pack, surely.
Yeah, Fenny, Kelly, Dwalin and
Thorin.
100 quid. So somewhat not far from it.
Not close.
They'll be cool. And then I can't wait for the chariots.
Yeah.
Just how they play out in the game.
How many points is one without the heroes? Like 300 points?
No, 175.
That's
So it goes to 500 with them all.
With all them all on it, yeah.
You kill the crew and it disappears.
Yeah.
It's in troops.
Oh, 2 pages of rules. Yeah, I'm not bothering that.
Yeah, it's cool. We'll enjoy some bedtime reading.
Yeah.
Okay, and the other half. If Ed is present again, which
He's
is not
not.
what we can try. At 600 points, would you consider dropping Shelob for upgrading
No.
your Felbeast to Armoured Horned? A big thank you to all our GBHL hosts and Merry Christmas. Signing off, First Ager Smith.
No, he wouldn't.
No, because the 4 models is too good for the breaking.
4 models is brilliant for it.
And Shelob's a bugger because you're
Shelob
trying to
just
spend.
doesn't die.
You can't commit
That
enough to kill
one
Shelob.
turn she rolls a 6. She hurls you
Strength 7 and
strength
yeah.
4 plus d6. She doesn't go away. She allows him to pick up the prize and seize the prize without dismounting. No, he would not change.
And why would you change something that's
a
not
winning
broken?
formula?
Yeah.
Well, it is broken. That's the problem. Dan Harris says, quick question for anyone who really knows. The Lord of the Rings Dwarf Warriors, are they now out of production? No, I don't believe so.
No.
They've been listed on the Games Workshop as temporarily out of stock. I'm very eager to start a new dwarf army, but I much prefer the old Lord of the Rings Dwarf Warriors to the Hobbit Warriors of Erebor. Fair enough.
You don't see as much of the Warriors of Erebor as I thought you would do, considering having spears.
Last year they were popular, or at least I think 2 years ago they were very popular for a while, but they just disappeared because it was the same army all the time. It's Thorin, Dwalin, Balin, as many of them as you can get in.
Yeah.
It's the strength 3 that hurts them. Strength 3, and they are armed with swords.
Yes.
So you've got a very old style of dwarf army where you just grind down, and the heroes don't do enough quick enough.
Yeah, well, when we get the old option of Khazad and the new option of Iron Hills dwarves with the strength 4 all over the place.
Yeah.
I think we might see even less of them.
Yeah. Even though there is the
Now
army
all
of
of a sudden,
Thrall.
because the thing with dwarves used to be with spears used to be so hard to come by, which
Yeah.
is why people went for Warriors of Erebor. But now with the new ones everywhere.
Yeah. Ian Marley says Yorkshire puddings. Correct answer. No idea what that's in reference to. And then we've got a ton of questions from War. It's your turn to read.
Okay, gay. So, War, first comment. I vote for Ed Ball as King Ed of the GBHL.
No.
Isn't it King J of the GBHL?
Oh, the Great British Holiday.
King Jonathan.
Jonathan Clare.
Sorry, ETC.
ETC secrets. Hashtag Jonathan.
Hashtag Jonathan. Okay. Wow, question 2. Great episode. Outstanding having Ed on to help. The loop is slowly getting fatter from the renewed content and hopefully had a wonderful Christmas. This week, sacrifice to the loop with the success of Lake Town Houses and the There and Back in book. What if Games Workshop made another exception and granted the Middle-earth strategy battle game team another plastic kit? Ooh, what would you like to see as the kit and why?
Lake Town.
Against Smaug?
Plastic smell. Nah. Personally, I'd like to see a Lake Town in plastic. Lake Town militia in plastic would be great.
I think. What about
That would be really popular.
What about the prologue story though? Like Azog and his chaff of orcs versus Thrain, Thorin and stuff.
Oh, is it like a new
Is there a plastic
Star
kit?
box
Yeah, I
kit?
think that's what he's asking for. Is
I
it
think so.
another team plastic kit?
Plastic kit's anything. Like
I suppose,
the
yeah.
Dale Warriors are plastic.
Oh, sorry. Then for Lake Town for sure. Because they cost me an arm and a leg.
And they wouldn't cost me as much.
Yeah. So what would you like to see as a kit and why? For me, I'd love an upgrade sprue kit for the Ruins of Osculia if that works with the existing kit and enables a created field of freedom in making it a draw dropping table. Yes, that would be cool.
It's really specific though, because you'd have to rely on your market to have bought the Ruins of Osculia.
True.
I don't think that would ever happen, sadly.
I think it'd be good to
Never
do
say
that,
never, but...
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think the priority would be models.
Yeah.
But I think a cool bit more terrain line would be cool. I think they
Yeah.
made a good start of the houses in Lake Town. Makes that ability to make a Lake Town boy. Because there's not, when you go to tournaments and stuff, often enough we're using fantasy terrain and stuff, there's not enough specific Lord of the Rings unless people start making their own.
Yeah.
Having some kits would be cool, yes. As always, thanks for your continued work on behalf of Hobbits worldwide. Merry Christmas and stuff. Sorry, we ignore that. We're in January.
Kinda late.
Yes, and then question 2 from Wah. I love the new army bonus rules. What 1 or 2 army special rules for a Lord of the Rings era force would you like to see? Mine would be faction Easterlings, they get 50% bows, which includes Porkhand, and Phalanx rule, which allows them up to 2 Eastling warriors to make way for rather than 1.
That's pretty cool.
I like that rule.
That's
Yeah,
very good.
that overpowered either. That makes their pipe block more unique and functional.
Yeah,
Totally
definitely.
agree.
I think that's a great rule.
Because, Eastlings need a bit more. I
Yeah.
was thinking about mine today. It's cool, I've got loads, but they're just they just don't offer enough.
No.
I can't
Even the Black Dragon upgrade stuff isn't enough.
and the heroes don't offer mine.
No.
Army special rules.
So the ones that aren't Mordor, Uruk-hai, Rohan and Gondor, because you've done them already.
Yeah.
So...
Moses. I take actors for free.
Access for free. And all woodsmen after all.
Hobbit bonus.
A Hobbit bonus, what would it be?
Don't really need
Don't know. Oh, they've got resistance to magic. Oh, they all get throwing stones. They've got that.
They've got a whole
plus one to shoot. Oh, they've got that.
Imagine.
Oh, they cost normal points. 6 points a Hobbit rather than
no.
3.
Let's keep them at 3. What could they have?
I think Rangers of the North in the list.
Yeah.
If it goes pure, they have Rangers of the North that can guard them, like they used to, but they get them back in the list.
Be able to mount Fatty Bolger.
Yeah. Give Fatty Bolger a weapon.
Give him a donkey. What other lists and special rules would you have?
Fiefdoms would be cool to have something. They've sort of got it with Imrahil already.
Yeah, they do.
Maybe bring. That's no longer a rule, is it? Bring that back for their heroes. Give all the heroes a banner for their troops.
Yeah, because it's just Imrahil, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe a reinforcements rule
Yeah.
coming on because they're coming to help.
Yeah. It's kind of similar to Iron Hills, isn't it?
Yeah.
Elves, Rivendell. What if Rivendell? Oh, like give Elrond a 3-pointer will.
Oh, for sure. Give him a 3.
They give him a 3.
Yeah, give him a 3 point. Yeah, he needs it. Totally needs it. Make him fight 7.
Yeah. Yes.
Come on, he can't be the same as Galadriel Core. It's Elrond.
Let him be mounted from that list.
Yeah, he can only take it from the House of Elrond with the new
Rivendell Knights. Yeah.
Oh, for sure, Elrond is better.
Next up is David Murphy. He says, I'd love to see Ed Felbeast take on the new Necromancer and Nazgul of Dol Guldur. I think he'd win that.
Oh, yeah.
No,
the Necromancer would be sat-willed so fast.
Yes, very true.
I'll
do the next one as well, since that was so short. Nano Dave 1980 says, Hi guys, I hope you had an enjoyable Christmas. This is a response to my question that I asked on Speak Friendly question 137. That's about calorie charges. All the games I played, I don't have any issues with my opponents. It was to do with someone else's game, so I thought I'd just bring it up to see what it was. This bit is for Ed. Yes, I did play you, and my name is David Clark, and I was to chat with the Minas Tirith army led by Aragorn King Elisar. Sorry, James, I won't be naming the 2 seasoned players. Completely over our heads.
So I've lost it. So.
It's careful, jeez.
Oh dear.
It's just in reference to previous comments that we've not.
Okay, so he's not actually asking a question.
Nah, it's not a question.
Okay, sure.
Next up is Galadrim.
Galadrim. Hi guys, keep up the awesome work. Question for this week. Here in Australia, pretty much every tournament has a system for scoring, painting and sportsmanship points which contribute to overall scores in determining a winner.
Ooh, soft scores. Don't like them.
As well as a separate vote for best army in sporting. From what I understand, most of the events you guys have operate purely on game results to
Yes.
pick a winner. And there's also separate categories for all of the previously said things. I think that's the way it should be, personally, because you need to have your gaming side and then...
It says any particular reason for the system. Yeah. It's, you have your best general, and that is the person who is best at playing the game.
Yes.
You have your best painted, which is the person who's best at painting their miniatures.
Mhm.
If you include soft scores in the overall winner, it's... Somebody could be penalised for being bad at painting.
Yeah, for sure.
Or someone could be penalised because the other player didn't enjoy the game. Like, everyone's had those games where their dice abandon them and you just go, that was a rubbish game. I hated that game. Nothing worked for me. Through no fault of their opponent's own, they then don't get the best game.
Yeah, that's not fair. Yeah,
and that's not fair for the final winner of the tournament just because, you know, someone's dice abandoned.
Yeah, don't be wrong, if you wanted to do your own event and you wanted to make that sort of scoring system, sure, there's options for that, but I think we'll have, there's 20 events a year and the league's been going for 5-6 years.
Yeah.
It works well, and I think there are events that people go, okay, I'm not going to go for the competitiveness, I want to go for the fun side, and I want to take a really themed force for the painting. There's opportunities for those sort of tournaments, but I think the way our system works is good. So we have less tournaments than you guys do. Maybe that's a factor. What are your thoughts? Cheers from the land down under. Maybe the fact that then there are less tournaments for people to get to and they're more widespread across the country. There is that opportunity to people to show off the painting and stuff like that. I don't know. I still think it should be separate awards.
Yeah, I'm fully 100% with that. Soft scores in the final standings, I don't agree with. Use them as tiebreakers by all means, but not in the actual 1, 2, 3 spaces. Alright, Quinn Duggan says time for the bombardment to begin. I think I'm going to get a lot of lists from him here.
Yes.
So, Lake Town Survivor, 600 points for the GT. Bond the Bowman, Sigrid and Tilda, 4 Militia with Shield, 4 with Shield and Spear, 3 with Bow and Spear. Getting off the ground, Shadowfax.
Ooh, Shadowfax.
5 with Shield, 5 with Spear and Shield, 4 with Bow and Spear. Can I take Shadowfax from that list?
I don't. It doesn't. It's not in it. It just says because obviously Gandalf's not in this book. But at the end, it just says Gandalf doesn't show equipment, but he's not in it. This is the thing. So it's where you're taking him from. There's a few like this where the hero's not named.
Yeah.
But you're assuming that you can take it. I don't think you should take Shadowfax.
I don't think you can take any.
I don't think Shadowfax is alive. 60 years difference.
That'd be alive, wouldn't it?
60-year-old horse. It's good at Shadowfax.
Shadowfax is the god of the
Maybe it's a pony. Shadow pony.
Shadow pony. No, I don't think you could take any equipment.
Yeah.
I think you could take car or horse or anything.
He comes on horse to there, but I think he should be on foot.
I think he should be on foot. It's not. That's how he fights.
Yep.
Alfred, 5 with shield, 5 with spear and shield, 4 with bow and spear. Main question is, who is the leader? I'm leaning toward Gandalf myself. I agree, Gandalf would be the leader.
Yeah, not Bard when you've got the girls.
Yeah.
Like the girls make Bard great, but the girls die.
And he gets
Bard has to go and dragged away. Yeah, it's a bit scary. And he's still in the defence 5.
And for Quinn's, it's a good list, Quinn. I think we discussed it right at the beginning. It's something we expect to see it.
Yeah, it's common. It's going to be the one to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
The thing interesting that he's done, which people like Jay don't do, and I'll question you about this, going for the additional gear. So he's given these spears. He's given spears from
spear and shield and bow and spear. Yeah.
Whereas Jay doesn't do that.
It's that conversion work, isn't it? Though?
It is, and I think the kits come out so individual. You'd have to add your own bits in.
Every single time.
Whereas Jay Clare, who's won the league the last 2 years at Lake Town, doesn't.
Just what they come with.
He thinks if he can put spears on 12 of his bowmen, he could also get 2 more bowmen for that.
Yeah.
Which I agree with. But at the same time,
you get that more versatility in your list. Like your bowman can rush in and be a fighting line.
Yes.
For Quinn Duggan's evil lists, there's one that's Azog's Legion. I think they're all Azog's Legion. Azog, the White Warg, Heavy Armour and Stone Flail.
Yeah.
10 Goblin Mercenaries and 2 Ogres. Or drop 4 Goblins and swap the 2 Ogres and 4 Goblins for a Gundabad Troll. Goblin Mercenary Captain, 12 Mercenaries. Goblin Mercenary Captain, 12 Mercenaries.
A lot of points invested in Azog.
In Azog, yeah.
Almost half.
Oof.
The Goblin Mercenaries was cool, but if you're going to have to really deploy some, otherwise Azog's on his own.
Yeah, well, these 10 come with him, but if you deploy them, like if they get set up 12 inches to the centre line, even though Azog's a beast, if an army just jumps onto him,
Or even shoots it to death.
Shoot it to death, yeah. Like, those Goblin Mercenaries, as cool as they are with coming on as and when, they still need to pass that courage test, which at courage 3 isn't a guaranteed.
Totally.
Fail it, and I'll come on that piece of terrain. Come on now, and then you deal with those 12. And deal with those 12. I think they're cool, but I think an army of them's a bit of a risk.
Yeah, I think this is something we've said a few times. The Goblin Mercenaries are going to be very good, but it's going to be getting practice and then seeing how people use them, how people have used them wrong and stuff.
I'm not sold on 12 of them in my head.
Which means all under 10.
A captain and a smaller amount of them,
Yeah.
so that you're not so investing so many points. Just like a captain and say 6 is great for we'll go and contest this objective,
For
or
sure.
we'll go and grab this prize on the floor.
Stop these archers, stuff like that. Yeah.
Whereas if you commit the full 12, I think you've taken away from your battle line.
There should be additions, shouldn't there? Yeah, I'm with you.
Like very small, sort of almost like strike units that go in and just grab what they need to do, and then probably just die.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. The general warband is expensive.
Yeah.
If you go up to 800 points, you put another 200 points worth of stuff with Azog, fine, because you've got your court, then you've got your bonus stuff. But but as Jamie says, you're banking on your reinforcements coming on and doing a lot. There's still goblins at the end of the day in the defence 4.
And then similarly switch it up, you've got Bolg on Warg with 9 Goblin Mercenaries and 3 Ogres. The Ogres are interesting additions, I'm not going to lie, but I think you can, because there's only such a small amount coming towards you, you can deal with it. Like you can commit heroes to go in heroic strike against that, kill that off in one.
Yeah, true. You want ogres with a lot of chaff, don't you? No way.
You just pick up that one thing, hurl it down the line.
Yes.
So yeah,
Which one would you choose?
Out of those 2 though, I think Azog.
Yeah, because Azog.
6
Azog
might,
on a flail.
stone flail.
Ridiculous.
Azog on a flail.
Azog on flying on a flail. Yes.
Azog on a flail, wielding the white ward by its tail. Someone convert that. Next up, we've got Nick Van Waven.
Oh, have you seen this guy's? He's a good player, very good player. I've just seen someone's done some conversions from him on the league as well. Hey guys, first question from me here, and it's an army list. What are your thoughts on would you do something different? Here goes: Bolg, Felwog, Orc, Bow, Morglares. Yep, 6 Gundabad Berserkers, 1 Gundabad Ogre, or 6 Gundabad with Shield and Spear. Gundabad Orc Captain with Shield, 12 Gundabad Orcs, 5 Shield, 6 Spear, 1 Banner. And then Gundabad Captain.
Same again.
Yeah, same again. So 600 points.
So would you go for a Gundabad? I guess that's a Gundabad Troll, not a Gundabad Ogre. If it's the cost of 6 Gundabad Orcs with spears. I don't know actually.
Gundabad with Spear is 9 points, isn't it?
Yeah, 6 times 9 50. So yeah, it's probably the Ogre, isn't it?
Ogres are 40 points each, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. No, it is good. A Gundabad Ogre's a 60.
A 60.
Yeah, 40 is too cheap. Let's be honest. Oh, 6 more troops or an Ogre? I think the Ogre, maybe.
Yeah, you've got 12 troops in there that have all got. Oh no, you've not. You've got half for defence 6, half for defence 5. You got a Banner. You got a Bolg.
Oh, the relentless advance, the compel shenanigans.
What's the word?
The relentless advance for the Ogres, where they can, if they land on top of someone, they kill it. Shenanigans with compel into charge something.
Of course, yeah. But
oh, stand on top of the Goblin King, it's dead.
stand
on top of Azog, it's dead.
That's a bit horrible. That's a bit horrible indeed.
Don't put your ogres near your heroes.
Keep that quiet. Just learn.
It's too late.
Teach people the lesson. Oh. I didn't realise that one. Yes, Nick. I think it is a good list. I'm aware that these banners will cost me some. These banners. How many has he got?
2.
Oh, he's got 2 banners. It will cost me some points, but I must admit that this army list is already visually pleasing in my mind. I've got this image in my head of Bolg charging forward with the Berserkers and the Ogre, and behind them are the 2 warbands marching towards forward. It's 700 points and a rather good model cap of 34-39, and of course it's pure Azog's Legion list. Yeah, but you're not really getting the bonus from the pure.
The pure is
Hunter
benefit for Azog or the bows.
Oh no, because Azog's Legion, it means Bolg gets Master of Battle.
Bolg gets? I thought Azog got it.
No, it's your leader of the force. They've worded it specifically so that if you can take Bolg, you don't get penalised.
Right, that's cool.
So Bolg Master of Battle would be awesome.
Yeah. Definitely.
What else does it do with that rule?
Azog's Hunters, Azog's Legion. If a model, if your army consists solely of models from Azog's Legion, your lead against the Master Battle special rule. That's it.
Yeah.
Say that's it. It's awesome.
I think it's very nice and themed and fluffy. It look really cool. And I think with the double banners as well, I agree. It'll be really cool. It will be nice. Run it. See how it fares. Get a bit of practice with it. Look after Bolg's Warg.
Yeah.
It's massive.
Next up, we got Miles Hunt. He says, probably the most important question asked on this channel: can I piercing strike with the cleaver wielding ruffian? I think I've said yes in our fun games previously. I think you should be able to.
It's a ruffian.
Yeah. Also, I'm converting Rohan warriors in Beornings wielding a sword and axe. Can I use the feint and piercing strike rules, or must I choose one at the beginning of the game? Must choose one at the beginning of the game is the accepted rule for when you've got multiples. Keep up the great work and Merry Christmas.
Cool.
Yeah, nice and easy there. Next up, we got James Miniature Space.
Hello guys, building an Angmar themed army to combat Iron Hill's Defence 8 and to hopefully perform well across the board. Ardacon points. So far I have 12 Spectres teamed with 2 Budget Wraiths and a Shade. Cool. Pack a nasty punch but relatively squishy.
Very squishy.
Yeah, how would you fill out the rest of the army? Hoard it. I have Orcs, Birder, Cave Trolls, Warg Riders, Wild Wargs, Moray Goblins and Barroways all competing for 300 points.
Just less than
Would love suggestions.
Just Orcs with Spear. Win that fight.
Yeah, the Shade and the Budget Wraiths are cool with the Spectres. Maybe don't need to go quite so heavy on the Spectres.
No, I don't
12
think so.
a lot. Maybe go to 8 Spectres. That straight away, that frees up 60 points.
Yeah.
Which could go on...
Well, you've got 3 leaders for your... Budget Wraiths can't come from Angmar. You can only have Witch King and Grimmalake and Tainted. Yes.
So yeah, so if you put it down, if you can have Orcs with Ring Wraiths and Mordor, but they're not technically from Angmar, are they? That's true.
Oh yeah, of course you could take.
You still take normal
Spectres. Orcs and Spectres can come from Angmar, from Mordor. So yeah, you can do it like that.
How many points is on to do? Ardacon, how much is Ardacon? 800?
Ardacon was 600.
600. Yeah, of course it was. I'd drop a few Spectres and go loads of Orcs.
Just shaft it out with Orcs.
You want to make the most out of your Shades, which means you want to have as many combats as possible.
Yeah.
And then as many dice.
Yeah.
Maybe a banner or 2. Banners and Shades work well.
Yes, very well. Maximise that fake higher fight value.
Yes. And if you can do it, get Birder, and I love Birder.
Birder's
one of the coolest profiles.
I've got him unbuilt on my desk. I gave up building him.
You've had him in the past.
I had him in the past, so I think I sold him to James Clark.
Did you?
So
maybe that's one of your oldest models.
Yeah.
3 might on a main troll is cool.
Hill Troll.
Yes.
Next up is RDN. He says, thanks a lot for clearing out how to use different profiles for heroes in an army list. Now it becomes clear to me. Then it's time for the next question. I haven't had time to get the new There and Back Again book, but I will of course get it as soon as possible. I never got the Desolation of Smaug book either. In a local gaming store they still have a copy of DOS sourcebook. Now does it still pay to get the sourcebook from 2013? Is there anything in the book which is not available in the new one, scenarios, painting tips, etc.? Yeah, the Desolation of Smaug books all enrolled into this one. So, oh no! It's the lighting!
Sorry.
It's not safe.
It's safe.
Harry's wrecking the lighting.
The studio. We're good. You're good.
Yeah, you don't need to get the Desolation of Smaug book.
There's nothing in it. I think there's maybe
everything is in here and has been updated, including the scenarios, so you really just don't need it.
Yeah, just something if there's any pretty painting guides or anything like that.
So I'm pretty sure they took painting guides out of them. It's pages that they could. Oh, there's some.
There's a bit on Gandalf.
That's rare.
A bit of painting Gandalf. Not much though.
No, I don't think there are any painting guides in here, are there?
Pretty pictures, but that's about it.
No need to buy it.
Yeah, and it's the outdated scenarios as well.
Yeah.
So no, it's the new one is the way forward, isn't it?
Next up is Greenwood.
Okay, this is Andrew. Thank you for the interesting episode with special guest star Mr. Ed Ball. Now for a question. You pointed out on Facebook that Tom Harrison won Nova with a Wood Elf army. Can you give us some insight into why he won? Because he's a beardy player. Besides the obvious being the charming and talented Mr. Harrison. Things like list, build, synergies, tactics, etc.
He doesn't take Saruman, which is something we like to take.
Take Galadriel, didn't he?
Takes Magical Galadriel, Thranduil, Rumil, Legolas are his 4, and then he hoards out as much as possible using Wood Elves and Galadrim. Typically, Wood Elves are his bowmen, and then he's got Galadrim spears and guys with shields as his front rank.
Yeah.
So what he really does is he reduces as much defense 3 as possible, so hurls, even though they still hurt him because it's 5s to wound, aren't as
it's 1 in 3
destructive.
instead of 1 in 2, isn't it? Which adds up.
And even just in combat against a strength 3 army, it's 5s. And against a strength 4, his defense 5 front rank, they need 5s rather than 4s.
Yes.
And it does make a huge difference. But Tom's just a really, when he wants to be, he's a really, really good player.
He's a very good strategist, isn't he?
Yeah.
And I think you give him a lot of credit there. He's a very good player and can obviously turn it on when he wants to.
Yeah. So something that what we had to almost had to convince him to take his Wood Elf list, because he said he just doesn't enjoy playing it. There's not as much challenge there as he would like in a game, sort of thing.
Wow, okay, that's still very hard, if you ask me.
Yeah, but he was like, oh, should I take Gondor? I'm like, no, you doing? Take your Wood Elves.
Yeah,
competing. It's like, oh, I'm a bit bored of it though. It's the same every game. I was like, that's fair enough, but we're competing for Nova, so you're taking the Wood Elves, aren't you? He's like, oh yeah. He tried to take Saruman, but just didn't like it. Wanted more numbers.
You stick to what you know in a way, don't you?
Yeah.
And it worked well for him 2 years on the bouts.
Yeah, he's won it twice.
Yes.
Next up, we've got the start of King Boneseye's crazy commenting spree.
Yeah. For a 2016 model count, I have painted 145 models, 126 warriors, 17 heroes, mounted and unmounted, and 2 monsters, all painted to my highest standard at the time of painting. Dubakar. Very impressive. What was your 2016's model stats, and what are your 2017 hobby goals during some?
I painted a ton of models last year. I always do.
You turn out quite a lot, yeah.
I painted a Gondor army and an Uruk-hai army.
Dunlended? No, that's year before.
Finished it off.
Hobbits? Did you do last year?
No, Hobbits were been done for a while. Because they were done when we did the
Scaring
the Shires.
Yeah, very true. You've done a lot, and I imagine you've done a lot of Guild Ball in that time.
A lot of Guild Ball.
Do you think how many were missed here? If that's 24.
Yeah,
you do more?
30 of them.
Did all the scouts?
Did all the scouts. I can't remember anymore. Beginning of the year is a blur. I don't remember.
Yeah.
A lot. I painted a lot.
You did. I don't get to 145 models. I think I probably paid about 80 to 100 last year for one thing or another.
Yeah, definitely painted at least 60 that I could think of in the final few months of the year.
Yeah. And then plans for this year. Watch our hobby vlogs.
Watch our hobby vlogs. Talked about this at length.
Yeah, new models and stuff. Yeah. And then stuff for the channel.
Yeah. David Murphy, when can we book a room for the Mercure for Ardacon? No idea. Wait till James announces it. These are James questions. I'll do the next one. James Gilray.
Pause on James Gilray. You know he's in Team Scotland for the ETC.
Yeah.
Yeah, he messaged me. Did he message you as well? Yeah. Good boy. Not bad. Been on to 2 tournaments and then representing your country.
Yeah. Hey guys, this is my first comment, so I hope it's a good one. Harry, what does that mean?
Well, James, you're stuck now, boy. It means you're in the loop, which means you have to ask the question today. You have to ask the question every week. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
I've just got into the game with this is how old this is. With Sterling being my first tournament, which I really enjoyed so much that I'm attending Preston this weekend and taking my Rivendell Knights. I know this is a hard army to use, so I was wondering what advice you could give a new player using an advanced army. Cheers, and look forward to meeting you all at Preston.
Look after that hill better.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
should have lost that game.
So we've been to Preston. We met James. You played James. You played James at.
You should have won that game, man. You should not have. Wasn't going to tell you on the day. You should when it was like the last turn when you retreated to the other edge of the hill so you could shoot. You should have charged me.
Lances are too good. You've got fight value and lances against.
Fight value against my dwarves. If you'd have charged in, I think you did the right thing at the beginning of the game where you came round with the elves and shot me. But if you'd have committed, sort of half the force hit, then when I swamped, you commit the other half. I think you just steamrolled me. I was dreading that game. Yeah, Gandalf. Protect Gandalf better. You left him a little bit far out, and I managed to get a heroic move onto him.
Right. Yeah. Always keeping the maximum distance really for spellcasting.
On Shadowfax, you want to be sort of almost like 18 inches away, so you can go 6 forwards, cast, move 6 back.
Yeah. And then
if you're competing for Scotland, do whatever you want, pal. Do what feels right.
Yeah, be cautious with your knights,
always,
because the pressure's at 22 points each.
Yeah.
See you at Stockport, if not, see you at the bar.
Yeah.
No, the lack of bar, the
ETC, lack of bar.
Lack of bar, what's going on there? How have we got left?
We've got 3 questions left, 2 of which are David Murphy, and 1 is King Bonsai.
King Bonsai, who's he? Has he had a question already?
I think it's his first ever question. He'll speak for any question.
It makes me feel frustrated that the Dunland Chieftain is strength 5 and the Ironhouse Captain is strength 4. It is not right. It is a controversy.
Controversy?
I'm doing as bad as it.
After you like,
controversy.
It makes me frustrated. Controversy.
It was a controversy, Jamie. It was.
It's really not. It's a balancing thing.
Dunland Chieftain have got all the negatives, doesn't he?
Yes. Such as the fight value.
Ironhouse Captain at strength 5 would be a bit ridiculous, especially when all the other heroes are strength 4. You couldn't make him 5 and Thorin at strength 4. Captain's got their own perks.
The way they get better is that Master of Battle and with Fight 5. That is their thing.
Yes.
And the fact they can go to Defence 9.
They've only got their hand weapons a spear though.
Does it?
Yeah, so they come with spears. Which is cool in a way that you got your heroes on your 2nd rank, leading the troops, and you can start the fight value in.
You can get them on the front though.
Yeah, I don't know if the model's going to be with sort of got a sword on it so you can feint.
Yeah, you probably don't want to. You keep your
Spurs, unless you, true.
Next up is David Murphy. He says, this might be too late, but here's my suggestion for the Oricon schedule. We'll send it to James. I'm not going to read it out. It's just a load of numbers. But good idea. You've got a big question next though, so I'll get on with that. Here's some new lists for a quick review. You don't have to review them all. Thanks. That is the end of Speak Friendly Questions. If not, I'll post the others in the next video. So we've got Dane on Rocket Sausage, 2 Iron Hills Captains on Goats, and 30 Iron Hills Dwarves. 10 Shield, 10 with Spear and Shield, and 10 with Crossbow and Spear. I think, you exchange your shield for Crossbow, don't you? So that's legit. Crossbow Spear is horrific though. Yeah,
it is. That's quite a chunky little line, isn't it? Which are the 2 heroes? Dory and Gloin and Dory.
Oh no, that's the first one here. So it is Dane on the boar and 2 captains on goats. 700 points.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
It is good. So
nasty line, good shooting, and
tough. Yeah,
good heroes.
If you put your
got his war spear,
and you put your crossbows on that 2nd line, so you got that front defence 8 to hide them.
Yes,
which is a bit grim. And the Iron Hills Captains are there to try and counter her heroics, which is cool.
Yeah, makes it great. They're great on goats.
Yeah.
Hard move to get you. No.
And then all that knockdown stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
List 2. Again, Dane on his Rocket Sausage, Gloin, Dory and 30 Iron Hills Dwarves, 10 Shield, 9 Spear and Shield, 10 with Crossbow and 1 with Spear, Shield and Banner. Well, I think the first list is better personally. The Crossbows and Spear are a nice addition.
Gloin's cool, Banner's good.
Yep.
The 2nd list though.
Yes, it is.
The next list.
I like the next one. Dane, still on his pig, 6 Iron Hills Captains on goats.
Yes, that one.
That was ridiculous. And then the final one.
Because again, that spear will count as a war spear, won't it then?
Yeah.
I'm with you now.
Dane on his pig, Iron Hills Captain on goat, Thorin on goat with Orcrist, Feely and Keely on goat with dwarf bows, and Dwalin on goat, 690 points.
Dwalin on goat is cool. So cool.
10 attacks on a knockdown.
All wounds pretty much, isn't it?
Oh, it's horrific. It's awful. And finally some Azog's Legion list. Bolg, Feldwag and Bow, 2 Gundabad Orc Captains with shields, 6 Gundabad Orc Berserkers and 24 Gundabad Orcs, 12 shields, 12 spears. It's 596 points. That's not bad. Azog, White Warg, Heavy Armour, Stone Flail, 3 Trolls, 2 with Scythe Gauntlets and 1 with a Crushing Club, 595 points.
That is pretty grim because you got the 4 models, so you got to kill 3 to break it. 3 Gundabad Trolls at 4 wounds each. Defense 7.
Defense higher, isn't it?
Or defense 8. No, sure that defense 8 with 4 wounds. But it's the 120
No, I
points.
think they're like Mordor Trolls, aren't they? Gundabad Troll, yeah. Defense 8?
4 wounds.
Defense 8, 4 wounds. Fight 7, strength 7. 3 attacks.
They've got the ancient enemies, so
Rerolling 1s against dwarves and elves.
What's he good at?
He's got 2 Scythe Gauntlets, +1 to wound, +1 bonus to hit strikes from rolling to wound, so +1 to wound.
Yeah.
No negative.
And 1 crushing club.
And 1 with a crushing club.
I think that's right, because the sides are grim. You mean you're wounded on 2s against
elves. Yeah.
Rerolling 1s
against elves. Yeah, I just always.
That's a cool list for 4 models.
Wounds caused by the strike do not cause 1 but cause D3 wounds instead. Determine the number of wounds before fate to use. Any model that is targeted with strikes from a club is also knocked down on the roll of a 3+. Oh. I think I'd just always take Scythe Gauntlets. +1 to wounds. So good.
I agree.
So good.
Especially when yeah, totally.
Like if you find that dwarf.
You just fight
4s down to 3s and you reroll 1s. Ugh.
Yeah. I really like that list, to be fair.
Yeah,
Him 3 trolls, because at
6
600 points, how many casters are you going to play if you're playing Good Receiver? You're going to play 1.
2 maximum.
Even 2, it's hobbits, then you'll be fine because you can hail through them.
Well, I wrote a list for the GT, which was, I'm not using it though, is Saruman, Galadriel, Warband, Thranduil, Warband.
Okay, yeah, 1 Warband hobbits and Warband elves.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. That's meaty there. I suppose you got the double caster. You could do it.
It's killing them in 1 though. That's the thing at defense 8 with 4 wounds. Not like.
Yeah, because then you need plus 1s.
Yeah.
Just that 1 hurl will do the biz.
Oh yeah. Another one is Azog, White Warg, Heavy Armour, Stone Flail, Gundabad Orc Captain with Shield, Goblin Mercenary Captain, 12 Goblin Mercenaries, 20 Gundabad Orcs, 10 Shields, 10 Spears. And 1 that's a list for 700 points. 1 Gundabad Troll with Scythe Gauntlets.
Yeah, that's the right amount of mercenaries as well to just pop in where you need them.
Yeah.
My only one thing is makes a bit of a shame with the Azog's Legion, and it's only because it's in the films as well. There's no named captains.
Yeah.
Whereas Hunter Orcs, you've got Yaznek, Thimble, and Narzug.
Yeah.
9 knight for 150 points.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Whereas you've got Azog and you've only got captains.
Yeah, but you get them after a battle.
Yeah, which is cool. But I think having a few named
there.
heroes would have been cool. They're just not there in the films and stuff.
But this is what you see, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. It's just for leading Gundabags. If you don't want to go Azog, you have to go captains. Which is a bit dull. But that's the way it is. Yeah.
Right, that is all the questions done for this. What number is it? 138.
Woohoo!
Hope you've enjoyed it, guys. I'm not sure how long it's been. Check on the camera. Just over an hour.
Oh,
that's alright. The camera's about to die, so let's wrap up.
Good, I thought we'd have waffled longer than that.
Yeah, it felt like it. Right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. Be sure to leave your comments for next week in the comment section below, and probably be us again, I reckon.
Yeah.
Going, unless James manages to get some time off from his new lady. As ever, be sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe.
Support the Hobbit host in the links below.
Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Support your Hobbit hobby.
And happy strategy battle gaming, everyone.